Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm traveling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm playing the character Tilla, who is a Sandbender from the Earth Nation.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello.
What's happening?
Welcome back, everybody. It is wonderful to see you all once again. We are back for our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi. We are here. We are ready. We are raring to go. Most of us. Dragon is possibly on her way. None of us have heard from her, so we're hoping she's all right. She may be joining us. She may not. If you do not hear the dulcet tones of Dragon, I will play the character of Tilla tonight. It'll be very obvious when I'm voicing Tilla. No need to panic. So for podcast listeners, if you don't hear Dragon's voice at any point tonight, we're hoping she's okay. For the rest of you, you'll see when she jumps in with the camera switches on. In terms of other fun announcements behind the scenes, I don't think we've got any other super fun, crazy announcements. Just that we're very excited to be jumping back into Avatar Legends. There's some really, really cool stuff coming with the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere TTRPG. I'll have some really cool announcements for that very, very shortly, so stay tuned for those. We'll be very excited to jump into that and try it out. That's probably most of the fun things to share. Anything fun to share before we jump in? Archie, do you want to recruit the hive mind of YouTube as well? Okay, so
are we?
I'm happy to do this. I think this is really good use of our time. And just tell me no. So, but I'm going to summarize for you.
We've already spent the last 20 minutes on it, so it's a very good
because you take too long explaining this. People of YouTube, people of Spotify, of Apple Podcasts, of the internet. Archie needs your help. I require
assistance.
Archie needs help. There's a TV show or possibly movie he's looking for.
Definitely TV show.
Possibly movie that he's looking for. Early to mid 2000s. There was Do you want to take us through really quickly what you remember?
Old man.
That's the brief.
Okay, great. So if you guys can go looking and let us know.
Do you need me to step? He's gone. There's an old man. He sometimes wears a blue superhero suit. He may or may not have superpowers. There is a child, possibly a grandson, maybe a granddaughter.
Grandson or granddaughter.
He didn't know. He's convinced this is a real thing. I'm convinced he's just conflated Kryptonite, the music video for Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. I think that's what's happened. He's convinced it was on ABC, which is the Australian Broadcasting Network, a morning show?
No, I never watched TV in the morning, so...
Have to be the afternoon. So it would have come on in the afternoon, early to mid 2000s, and it was an old man.
It might have been ABC 2.
Was that around early to mid 2000s? I don't think it was, mate.
I think it was like mid.
I think that was just
ABC 2 was, ABC 3 wasn't.
ABC 3, yeah. ABC 3 wasn't until like mid 2010s.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. This isn't just for the Aussies. He doesn't think this was an Aussie production. He thinks this might have been like a possibly American or British.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's from.
Yikes. So good luck if you can figure this out.
You have my highest regards, and Ted will do whatever you want in the next session.
I think the
Also,
first
probably-
person to figure this out gets a t-shirt. I think I'm
Probably
gonna.
important to note that it is live action.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
live
is live
action.
action. If you,
It's not Hancock.
it's not Hancock. The person who figures this out, either on Twitch, on YouTube, leaves it a comment. I will send you a t-shirt of your choice from the Lost Archive store. Pick a shirt. That's what you're gonna get. So
Looks
this is your
live
brief.
action Rick and Morty from the early 2000s.
That's
Right, go. Be free, Hive Mind.
So once you finish listening to this episode, once you finish, then you can go searching for this non-existent TV show that Archie has 100% conflated in his mind from various memories that he's just had rotting away in the back of his amygdala all these years.
It's probably all the childhood trauma.
Like, it's not Grandpa in my pocket.
We've already
It's
gone over that.
Grandpa in my pocket.
I think we've devoted enough time to this. We're going to start the session, but we have now passed over.
I guess we can start.
People of the internet, if you can help Archie out, there is a t-shirt in it for you. Your choice of size of design from the Lost Archive store. So the first person to get it right, t-shirt's yours. We should do more competitions like this. This is fun. I like this. This is good. All right, let's jump in. I've got a recap to get us all in the mood, remind us of what happened last session, and we will begin. It's been 3 years since the false Avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true Avatar, Kyoshi. With the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the Avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko of the Southern Water Tribe, Lilly from Ba Sing Se, and Tilla from the Siwong Oasis. After capturing some bandits plaguing the nearby settlement of Koru, the team are tracking missing cargo and suspected pirates in the ocean surrounding the Southern Water Tribe. Now teamed up with 3 pirate hunters, Kiyu, Yara, and Koz, the team departed Wolf Cove in the Southern Water Tribe for their unsanctioned bounty hunt. Travelling across the snow and ice on their way to the coastline the bandits had last been spotted on, a decision was made to take a brief detour to investigate the location marked on a strange scroll the party had previously found. Locating a trapped spirit buried beneath a hidden temple of Air Nation make, the group released the spirit in return for a future favour before heading on. Continuing their journey onward, the team arrived at the coastal campsite as the sun was setting. Investigating the abandoned site, Lilly and Jedd found evidence of the crab squid ink they were searching for. Detective work was interrupted, however, by a sudden blast of water from the coast, a spray of vapour marking some figure approaching the team at high speed. This figure, a tall woman dressed in green warrior's robes, demanded to know what the spirit and the light were, revealing herself as Avatar Kyoshi. The team were quick to share their connection to her partner Rangi, and even quicker to try and hide their connection to the released spirit. With there being no obvious danger, Kyoshi agreed to assist the party with their hunt for the Fifth Nation remnants, seemingly knowing a little bit more about the glass shards the team had previously found. In exchange, Kyoshi kind of strong-armed the team into helping her avoid a potential trap set for her by Laoge and Tomiko. With the plan in motion, the team took a rest overnight and departed for the waters between the Southern Water Tribe and the Air Temple. The trip, however, wasn't without incident. The boat attacked on the way by an enormous squid shark and accompanying octopus scorpions. While Kyoshi battled the squid shark, the rest of the team fought off the octopus scorpions, with Keeko, Ted, and Jedd all eventually ending up in the water. After attempting to assist Kyoshi against the larger foe, a rescue was soon required for the brothers Dim, pulled from the water as Kyoshi created a massive whirlpool to deal with the predators. Keen to understand the source of the creature's rage and aggression, Keeko, Lilly, and Kyoshi decided to take a dive into the water, using air and waterbending to create a diving bubble. Descending into the dark water, the trio soon stumbled across a sunken ship, floating in the gloom of the pitch black, held aloft by large chunks of ice. Bodies of sailors were scattered across the ship, one tied to the prow as a figurehead, the rest nailed to the boards by chunks of ice. Hidden below the upper deck, a treasure chest was recovered by Keeko, just in time for an enormous moray angler eel to drive the party away from the shipwreck. Back on deck, the team opened the chest to find letters and scrolls, some looking to be quite old, others fairly recent. Realizing the chest was a dead drop for the Fifth Nation remnants, the team have now traveled to one of the locations listed on the scrolls, and appropriately named Little Island, just off the coast of the Southern Air Nation archipelago. Arriving at the island, the team spotted a number of ships beached along the shore, a larger, tall ship back in the harbour, and a concerning number of Fifth Nation soldiers crawling across the island. Ted and Kyoshi departed for the Southern Air Temple to get a kite and some supplies, Ted taking a quick dip in the water after failing to fly low and alerting the bandits on the beach to something being amiss. We left off last session as Lilly, Keeko, and Tilla worked to hide their presence from said bandits. And that is where we left off last session. We jump straight back in. Jedd, Lilly, Keeko, and Tilla. The four of you are currently on the boat. The pirate hunters, Kiyu, Yara, and Koz, also with you. The boat is currently hiding behind a rather dense thicket of mangroves growing along the edge of one of the other larger mountainous islands that borders the edge of Little Island. We left off, I think, as you guys had started to use waterbending to create a bit of mist and a bit of fog moving around the edge of the... Well, mostly Keeko and the waterbenders, I should say. Jedd and Lilly and Tilla didn't do too much with the waterbending. Oh no, Jedd, you were using some airbending to help with the cloud cover. That's right. He's shrugging like he doesn't remember, which means he didn't take notes. So Andrew's performing exactly as expected. Yeah, as you create this cover of fog and mist rising from the water all around you, you watch as the bandit who'd been pushed into the water by his comrade, the one who had seen the strange human-faced monster in the water with a blue eye in the center of its forehead, makes the wise decision to swim back away from the fog rising all around, getting back onto the docks. As he climbs back up, Lilly, you were the one who was kind of listening out to the conversations. Lilly, you hear as he climbs back up, he goes, no, I'm sure it was nothing. Oh, you sure? You don't want to take a closer look? Go on, mate. Let's just lean over, have a closer look. No, you're going to push me in again. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Promise? Oh, you fucking mug. You're not going to last long here with us if you're going to fall for shit like that, mate. Go on, get yourself dried off and get back here quick, smart. Maybe think twice before calling out random bullshit, eh? You watch as the very wet Fifth Nation pirate vanishes back towards the encampment along the beach. The friend, quotation marks around friend, colleague, shall we say, keeping watch out over the bay. Jedd, Lilly, Keeko, and Tilla, the four of you had also been looking over the scrolls as well that you'd taken from the chest. I believe you had been asking some questions about whether or not there was any link between these signatures. Tilla had been asking some questions about the Yellownecks and how they might fit into all of this. Given that it seems like this island, Little Island, is a meeting place for the Fifth Nation remnants and the Yellownecks, those that remain of the Yellowneck bandit group. So I believe you've been asking some questions around there. Was there anything else the four of you wanted to do while you're currently in this position, hidden back amongst the mangroves? The sun is just starting to set, is something else I will add as well, as it begins to dip over towards the west. No? Nothing else you wanted to do?
I don't think so.
Any questions
So
about
with
what you can
those,
see? Oh, yeah, Brendan?
With those bits of paper that were in that chest, because I just missed a little bit of that before. Was there anything really important or anything we learned out of those, or?
Yeah. Andrew and Bree, do you want to take Brandon through what you learned from the scrolls?
Don't point at me.
Which way are you pointing?
Which scrolls?
The ones inside the chest.
Ones in the chest that we found. Okay.
Mm.
So there was a map that pointed to the little island, which matches the map that was found at the temple where we had the Sunset Spirit. But like they match, but like they weren't exactly to scale, so it's like hard to tell, but they looked like they were pointing at the same
Looks
spot.
like they were drawn quite a distance apart, shall we say. Like one was much, much older.
Okay.
The map that led you here was probably fairly new from the looks of things. The paper was quite fresh. It didn't look aged at all.
Yeah. There was also a letter from Kay, who we assume was King from the Yellownecks. And the code book that I have that I stole from the Yellownecks bandit camp revealed a cipher on it saying that they had a rendezvous location at this island tonight, which is why we're here. To meet up with the
Fifth Nation remnants.
Who was it? It was
Admiral Korn. That's what you're thinking of.
Admiral Glass.
Yeah.
And
Video
then
games don't make me violent. Having my characters renamed does, though.
So that was like in the chest, and it was like a new parchment. Like it obviously is relating to tonight, like right now. So that made us think that that ship that you guys found that was like half floating was obviously like still currently being used by the Fifth Nation as a drop point.
Yeah, the kind
so it
of
was recent.
Yeah, the discussion was that it's basically a dead drop. The ice that's there is deliberately kept to keep the ship buoyant. Probably they send down waterbenders to help refreeze the ice if it starts sinking too low, to melt off a bit of ice if it starts getting too buoyant. It looks like this ship is a deliberate dead drop that they use, and they have used for some time. There's quite a few resources in that chest.
Very recently, like today/yesterday recently.
Yeah.
Like there's a good chance that we were right behind someone using that.
There was evidence of that with the beach as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the beach,
we
Brandon,
found that camp.
for Keeko's benefit, as you look at the beach across, so Little Island, unlike a lot of the other islands around this archipelago, which are very, very mountainous, kind of imagine Halong Bay in Vietnam. You know how you've got these enormous mountains just jutting up out of the ocean, creating this archipelago of islands covered in greenery and forests. That's a lot what the archipelago around the Southern Air Temple looks like. These massive mountains, even taller, rising up into the clouds, almost just pushing out from the ocean, a mountain range that's sunk into the sea. Little Island, this tiny little hill, like maybe 4 or 5 meters above sea level, and a beach all the way around the outside, basically, with some mangroves jutting down into the water. Yeah, Little Island is this kind of like... Look, it probably was an impressive mountain before the sea levels rose and sunk it, but now it's just this tiny little hill jutting up out of the ocean.
Love it. Okay, a little hobbit.
I don't know if we really looked at any of the other scrolls or anything, did we? It was just the one.
You had a bit of a peek through the other scrolls. You had a bit of a peek through them. There wasn't a huge amount of other very, very relevant information. It looks like there was some reports on Fifth Nation fleets. Like a lot of it looked a lot older. There was one that was a discussion of movements in hello, dragons joined us. Let me bring a camera across. It looked like one was a discussion about building up the fleet and checking in on their progress at certain points. And you guys quickly realized that must have predated Kyoshi's wiping out of that fleet. Yeah.
And like, wasn't there like city plans and stuff?
Yeah, there were city plans as well in Chameleon Bay.
Right.
Yeah. And discussion of like requirements for resources.
For fortifications.
Yeah, so the map that had like a bunch of locations on it, we figured was actually where they were going to try to set up a bunch of Fifth Nation strongholds, because there was like actual blueprints and shit of how to create these small settlement stronghold things.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Discussions of how many people would be needed there. Keeko, you would know about this. I sort of had it that these guys were more interested in the scrolls. You were more interested in Ko at that point in time, chatting to Ko's and just seeing how he was doing. Can you roll me, please? I'm going to say this falls under assess the situation. Let's see what you remember. Archie, has someone got the show
also,
correct?
would have my conditions...
no, that's another show.
Would my fatigue be removed from last session as well, or would I still be like...
Yes, yeah. You guys have had a... And actually, Keeko, there's one other thing. We did a growth last session.
We leveled up?
You leveled up.
No, we did. You didn't.
You weren't here.
The only thing we need to do, your specific playbook, what is your specific question?
Okay, let me get that for you now. Did you help a companion find a significant success with their issues, or lead the group in finding a significant collective success? I would say yes.
I would say that you guys have had some significant success. Your companions have, for sure. Yeah. So feel free to take a level up. If you wanted to take a move, if you wanted to take a +1 to a stat, always a solid choice.
Yeah, I may end up doing... Actually, I might... Yeah, I might do that in a tick. I'll do that when I've got
Easy
some time. In a second.
Could you roll?
We should also probably tell Brandon what he's about to do.
Oh yeah.
What
No,
Brandon's about
that
to
comes
do?
afterwards.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out as it happens.
Hey, he'll wing it.
We were about to send him.
Rising as a
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys were going to send him. That's right. I remember this.
with me.
7 successive
Yeah, we're gonna do something
consequences.
fun.
Keeko, you do remember a little bit of the situation with the Fifth Nation. You actually do remember talks. This is one of the things that your friend, what his name? Sorry, bear with me. Sonak was really interested in. Sonak being the son of the chief of the Southern Water Tribe. One of the things he really believed in was nation building. Was the Fifth Nation setting up their own actual towns, cities eventually. And he really believed in that. That was what really sort of got him into the Fifth Nation, was this idea of a better way of life, free from the confines of tradition, free from the confines of this backwards conservative thinking. The Fifth Nation were a way to do things better, to do things new. You being very good friends with Sonak, I would say that kind of would appeal more to Keeko than outright piracy, right? Like Keeko seems to be more interested in like building things than tearing them down. So yeah, I think probably you would have been part of that with Sonak. In fact, I'm going to say the raiding parties that you were on were mostly for the raw supplies needed for the Chameleon Bay advanced outpost. You know that the Fifth Nation landed on the southern tip of the eastern arc of the Chameleon Bay Peninsula, and were in the process of beginning construction of a sea fort there to help control movement in and out of the bay and to provide protection for the settlement which would come next, knowing that the Fire Nation fleet or the Earth Nation may attack more the Fire Nation fleet from the ocean, especially given that a lot of the stuff you were raiding was like metal from Fire Nation ships, which always goes down well with the Fire Nation Navy. They're cool with that. They're chill. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So you actually know. I'm going to even say you know the position and the rough location of where this old, abandoned, half-constructed sea fort would lie. None of this is news to you. This all makes sense. You know that this was actively one of the plans. In terms of what happened after Kyoshi took out the leadership of the Fifth Nation and destroyed the fleet, you kind of assumed that was it. The dream died. But for you, the dream had already started to sour and turn into a nightmare when like you were complicit in like murdering people and like raiding ships and taking prisoners, and like that was already the point where it was starting to become more piracy than yeah.
Building a new future sort of stuff.
Yeah, and that's kind of like I think you probably early on, like when you were still new, the hopeful naivety that was there kind of got you through that period until you sort of started to realize and look around and see things with new eyes and go, oh, are we the baddies? Yeah. It's like as you're sinking a ship, the screams of people as they go into the waves, you kind of look to Sonak, you're like, are we the baddies? Yeah. That was kind of the moment for you.
Think we may be bad people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know a fair bit about that. The other thing we need to discuss really quickly, last session, there was talk about sending you onto the island as a Fifth Nation infiltrator.
No, Yellowneck.
Oh, Yellowneck infiltrator. That's right. Yeah. So switching out your Fire Nation coat, you've handed that over to Coase just for the time being. Tying one of the yellow scarves
put up
around
a
your
fight.
neck. Yeah, you didn't want to give up the coat.
I would have.
Yeah. Only Coase was allowed to have it. Yeah, you know I'll treat it with respect and I won't crumple the sleeves. The shoulder pads need to be treated gently to maintain their shape. Yeah, so the discussion was like, and you were on the fence about this because I wanted to have you make that decision rather than me make it on behalf of you when I was playing your character. But at this point, the rough plan that the team had come up with was Keeko would head ashore as a member of the Yellownecks, an advanced party who's coming out to check in on the Fifth Nation early. The Fifth Nation pirates who are here, just check in with them and see how they're going, see what you could learn, and just sort of say, oh, look, I've been sent ahead. They're on their way. They're coming. I'm just here to make sure everything's okay and just to do a bit of a check-in, essentially, and scout out and see what you could learn from the Fifth Nation pirates.
I'm down for that plan.
As both of us.
Yeah, Tilla was going to go with you. That's right, in her Sandbender garb.
You're also wearing my overshirt.
To hide
Yes.
your Water Tribe clothing. Or I should say,
Yes.
you're clearly scavenged Water Tribe clothing resembling Fifth Nation garb.
I mean, like the people that I'm looking at over there, like the banners, do they look Fifth Nation-y or they look more like
They look Fifth Nation.
LSD?
For sure. Definitely Fifth Nation, Keeko. You can see the boats have been marked with sigils of the Fifth Nation. You can see a number of other signs of Fifth Nation on the beach. The flag above one of the tents, probably a bit of a giveaway as well. And you actually recognize the ship that's out in the harbor. Keeko, the large tall ship that's back behind Little Islands that these boats have been launched from. That's Admiral Kong's ship.
Okay. I'm trying to put
It's
a level.
Definitely
into,
Wave Cutter. I think that was its name,
That's
wasn't it?
Wave
Wave Cutter. I think that was the name we had.
I think that sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put another level into one of my stats, but it won't let me do it. Max is
go-
3, isn't it? Not
Have to
2?
go edit. Have to go edit.
Get it?
We have to go quick shout out
Max is 2.
for Calminos. Calminos has just gifted a whole bunch of subs to everyone watching on the channel.
Calminos.
Thank you so much. Are we pronouncing it
Hey.
right? Calminos? I feel like Calminos is kind of like a Greek hero. I'm hearing that. Let me tell you the saga of Calminos who fought the Hydra at Thebes. It does. It has Calminos has Greek vibes to it for sure. Oh, it's because of fucking Minos, King Minos of Crete. That's why. That's why it does.
It took you that long to figure that out.
Took me a second. Brain was catching up.
I didn't know.
Hal is great. 100%.
Well, let me do it. Strange.
If you just jump into edit,
You
I can
in
give
the
you a hand if
edit
you get stuck.
I'm in edit, and then I'm just deleting the number in there and just typing in 3.
You
But it
can
just resets back to all?
I think you
You
can only
can't
have a max
go-
2.
Yeah, that's why you're struggling.
Oh, it's only 2?
Yeah,
It
max
says
of 2.
Oh,
Damn
max
cheat,
was 3.
dude.
I thought
It
was
says
3.
down the
That's
bottom,
like,
character growth. Raise a stat by +1, maximum
Maximum
of
of 2
+2 in any given stat.
Okay,
Plus
It
one.
what stat are you trying to
We've been
raise?
playing this system for like 2
What's-
Why does
what's-
it have that on there?
What
It's
stat are you trying to raise?
Say that.
3 years.
I think that's new.
No, it's
No.
always been
Yeah,
there.
Brandon,
Even in the
Brandon,
quick
I'm with
start
you.
guide. It was
I'm with
even
you,
in the
Brandon.
quick
That's
start
new.
guide.
You know, I'm getting rid of my
What
neg
stat are you
one
trying to raise?
passion, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
You
Hey.
can get a +3. Just has to depend on which one.
It's just how you do it, yeah.
I was going to get creativity, but you know what? I think I'm taking it to sign that I shouldn't have a negative
I think
stat.
if you just get a skill from a different thing
Yeah,
instead,
it's two different
then you can just get a
playbook.
plus.
It gives you a +1 to a max of +3.
No,
while
don't call that.
you're doing that,
I'm not having a negative passion anymore. Get rid of that.
Keeko. Oh, well, ever since meeting Koz, the passion has kind of reignited in Keiko's soul once again.
Yeah,
I like it.
exactly.
Good way to do it.
I need to be. Don't want to be a selfish man anymore. You know.
That's right.
For reference, we've been playing this since October of 2021. It has been 3 years.
God.
Yikes.
Well, speak for yourselves.
When did I
The
start
only
the
person who is
channel?
acceptable in this case is Dragon, if you didn't know something like that. You have been one of the main cast members for 3 years.
I had it from my memory from when I was playing Rung that I had like a +3 to passion. Like I know I can get a +3. Give me the +3.
You can, but it's only with certain things. There's
There
like
we go.
certain playbook abilities you can take that'll level you.
Yeah, the memories are clicking over now. It's because you don't give us enough level ups. So yeah, it's more like it would sink in.
The GM can giveth and the GM can taketh away, Brandon. And you must remember,
We
the
don't
GM
speak for him.
is not a benevolent god. He is a vicious and callous god. I am Dionysus. I am Zeus. I am vicious and jealous and petty. Anger me and feel my wrath. What would the rest of you be doing while Keiko's kind of like taking this moment to suss out and figure out what's going on? Jedd, Lilly, and Tilla. What are the three of you doing? Yeah.
Vibing. Can I roll a vibe check?
I'd put that under skills and training. I think part of your Airbender training is to like chill out, meditate. Let's see what your vibe check's like. What should be like a 2? I'm so excited for this. As Jedd just loses his shit. Come on.
I want to
Oh,
know
yeah.
the situation.
Yes, Lilly,
11.
absolutely. Oh yeah, Jedd. With the fog all around, you're barely having to maintain the airbending to keep it going at this point. You're very easily able to, very occasionally, just sort of move your hands around to just keep the air moving, keep the fog above the height of the mangrove trees, and keep your boat hidden. You're in luck as well. As the sun has started to set, fog is starting to rise around the edge of the archipelago, almost like falling off from underneath the tree line. Jedd, with an 11, you know that in the southern air archipelago, the southern archipelago where the Southern Air Temple is located, many of these mountains have hot springs within them. These are actually all very ancient, dormant volcanoes. But deep underneath, the magma still bubbles away, and there are hot springs. Those hot springs, when the air begins to cool, shed mist over the edge that almost falls like a waterfall down the edge of these mountains and pools around the base. It's a beautiful sight as mist almost rains down from these hot springs above. Steam and mist. Seems to almost like fall and flow down. Lilly, 12. What would you like to know, Lilly?
What would I like to know?
It's the most valuable thing. This fog, it's keeping you well hidden right now. You'd be in real trouble without this fog. It's pretty valuable.
Okay, so where are Kyoshi and
Kyoshi and Ted
Ted.
took off for the Southern Air Temple. That was about 30-40 minutes ago.
how long does it take to get to the Southern Air Temple? These are not my questions, by the way. These are things.
About
that...
20 minutes.
Oh, it's probably about 10-15 minutes from here. Yeah, depending how quickly they move. I mean, you did see Ted try to fly low and just pitch immediately into the ocean, so that's probably slowed him down a fair bit. What was the? I had some feedback on the sound effect I made for Ted going into the ocean. Fuck you, as he emerges from the sea once again. That's what he sounded like. Okay, it's canon. I'm not taking it back.
Jedd, how long do you think until they're back?
Like how he's checking a watch that is yet to be invented for 400 years.
It's a sundial.
It's a sundial on your wrist. Hang on. No, I'm not derailing this. Carry on. I will not be baited.
About another 15, 20 minutes, I guess.
Okay.
As long as they didn't get into trouble.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about.
If that happens, I can't give you a rough estimate. I'm sorry.
Were they gonna give us any kind of was there a signal or anything that they were planning on letting us know if they were in trouble or anything?
No.
Okay, cool.
But they have Kyoshi, so I don't think anything can really stop her.
The signal will be one
So
of the
I'm not too
mountains
worried.
just dropping into the ocean, right?
Yeah, just
it'll be obvious. Yeah.
Okay.
A volcano rises from the seafloor. It's like, I think Kyoshi's doing some bending.
What is going to be the best access point for me and potentially Kyoshi, if she ever makes it back, to actually infiltrate this stronghold?
Yeah, so if your plan is
What can I see?
if your plan is to approach stealthily while Keeko and Tilla are kind of drawing attention, you don't want to be near the beach. You really want to head around to the edge of the mangroves on the other side of this island. Little island, the main beach where they've landed is the easiest access point. It's a little bit of a half-moon bay. There's a rocky outcropping around the edge of it that follows both north and south from this western landing point. As that rocky outcropping continues around, there's a couple of smaller beaches, but not big enough for them to have parked all their boats. But definitely big enough for you guys to pull up in your raft and dock there easily. It also comes with the outer protection of the mangroves around the outer side of that coastline, where the island drops off into this sort of muddy, rocky area. The mangroves have grown wild and aggressively taking over area and just sort of moving out into the ocean, dropping down as the island sinks away beneath them. This would definitely be a really good landing point. So a little bit south, sort of southeast of the landing point where the rest of the Fifth Nation are. The other benefit too is that this section is a bit steeper. You'd be able to get up onto the rise and look down and see. There are caverns and ravines that break up the tiny hill of Little Island, and it looks like the Fifth Nation have camped inside those caverns and ravines, which means that if you were to get on top, you'd have a great vantage looking down. You just want to hope they haven't got any scouts or lookouts on those upper sections as well, because it's not as protected.
Cool. Can I use my second question?
Yeah.
But I don't want to use it right now.
That's fine.
but
I'm happy for you to
wanna
bank
tell
it.
You, well, I want to tell you what I want to ask.
Yeah.
So that when I get into a position where I would be able to see this thing,
It
you'll be able
clicks.
to tell me
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
I want to basically just straight away know if there is any scouts or anyone who can see us as we enter in towards that vantage point.
Perfect. So yeah,
So
your second
basically,
one will be...
with that 12, I'm just being very, very perceptive and looking out for everything, any small movement, anything like that.
Easy done. Yeah, we'll treat it as basically like an ongoing kind of passive perception where you're just constantly on the lookout. Your attention is focused around you to see if anyone is there, any threats that might identify you and see you. Yeah, perfect. Easily done.
Okay, cool.
Easily done.
Awesome, thank you.
No problemo. Tilla, you were getting ready to head to the beach with Keeko. Is there anything you wanted to do before we move on?
Yes, I did roll an assess the situation, and I got 7.
7. What would you like to know? You may ask one question.
Who looks like the most important person on the beach?
On the beach? Good question. As you look over on the beach, a lot of the clothing is it's quite mismatched. It looks like they are wearing clothing taken from 3 out of the 4 nations. Predominantly the blues, blue dyes and blue cloth and hides of the Water Tribe, but there's also green clothing from the Earth Nation. You can see the occasional coat that looks like Fire Nation make, not too dissimilar to the military coat that Keeko had acquired from the pirate ship. Looks like potentially some of these outfits and clothing were raided from potential vessels, possibly even military vessels. This actually helps you identify the most important looking person on the beach. Over near one of the smaller tents, almost like a lean-to with crates and boxes stacked underneath, and more being taken from the boats by Fifth Nation men and women carrying these crates, stacking them up underneath this lean-to. A woman is observing it, keeping an eye on everything, tapping her foot impatiently and watching, occasionally shouting directions to those who are carrying things, telling them to rearrange, reorganize stuff, allocating where things are going. She is wearing a very obviously tailored Fire Nation military jacket, buttoned in perfect condition. Her trousers, the pants that she's wearing, are much more Earth Nation in appearance. These long, quite baggy pants that have a very tight ankle binding point, where normally an Earth Nation citizen would probably be barefoot. She's instead wearing these very, very pointy shoes, obviously Fire Nation military shoes. Interestingly, though, her hair streaked with these long grey streaks. She looks actually to be a little bit older, maybe in her late 50s, early 60s. She's one of the older people moving around this campsite. She very much looks like she has some sway or some authority over the people here. No one is arguing. When she tells people to do something, they do it immediately, Tilla. There's a very kind of... For you, this reminds you of when the captain would speak at briefings or instruct people to do things when you were back in the Siwong Oasis and you were working with the other bounty hunters and sheriffs. When the captain came in and gave you instructions, you hopped to it quickly. Oh, we've hit the hour mark. There's Brandon's webcam. Fucking hell. It's like, yeah.
Planning ahead.
But you're not, because it still happened. Oh,
Yeah.
yikes. Yeah, that's what you see, Tilla. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Brilliant. Any other questions?
Do we
you-
have?
Yeah. Yes, Keeko.
Do I have any coal on me or anything like that?
Do you have any coal
soot?
on you?
Coal, soot.
Can
You're
I
not-
ask why?
You're not wrong.
Lily, have any soot or anything?
We
What-
should
we-
probably let you know we've put makeup on you. We've changed.
Yeah, we gave you a
your face
makeup.
a lot.
Bit of charcoal.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say 'cause I was going to put charcoal under that. I was going to do like the whole like Johnny Depp,
Yeah, no,
like,
no.
charcoal, smoky
Hence
eyes.
hence the reason I asked why, because we already gave you a makeover.
So, how good is this makeover? Describe this to me.
Adequate.
look?
Adequate.
Oh.
Look, if someone was to see you in perfect daylight, they would know it was bad.
But it's dark,
I
so you're good.
I take some time just to look into the water, and can I like just fix this up? So I'm a bit of a pretty boy. I don't want them effing with my style right now, but I still want to be, conspicuous. Can I just touch up anything that looks like it's just been smacked on, and these guys don't know how to put on makeup?
You want to be conspicuous, is what I'm
Your
hearing.
your makeup was done by a 10-year-old.
Inconspicuous.
It was
Yeah, exactly.
Inconspicuous. I heard you say you want to be conspicuous, and I thought, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, right.
Yeah. For you, I'm going to say this kind of falls more under skills and training. I mean, you were trained specifically by Wong in applying your Dao Fei face paint. You and Ted both. So you've had official training in application of facial disguises, shall we say. So I reckon this would, I'd say skills and training.
I'll take this. I was hoping for creativity, but yeah,
7.
I'll take that one. I'll take that. It's a 7.
What's your creativity? What would it be plus if it was creativity?
Be +2, so it'll make no difference.
I'm gonna agree that actually it probably does make sense that creativity will be the major stat rolled here. I'm gonna give you that +2 because you rolled 2d6, so you've rolled with focus, which is a +0 for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So add another 2 to that, take it up to a 9. I'm comfortable with that because creativity makes sense for this. You're right. Skills and training might not necessarily make sense. This is more of a creative pursuit. So take that up to a 9. Keeko. I mean, yeah, Lily's done her best, but like Lily's clearly not like she was just slapping shit on your face. It wasn't thought out or deliberate. You immediately
The
get some of the
idea
charcoal.
was there. The intention was there.
Yeah.
And to be fair, she did fail the roll that I had to get.
That's what I'm worried about.
Oh yeah. It was like a
It
4
was
or a
walking there,
5.
like-
It was not great.
It was a
Just gonna walk in there like
It was a
full
6.
suit of makeup or
I
something.
managed to get a +1.
6.
Keeko, you move the charcoal underneath the eyes to sort of give you this much sort of darker under eye appearance. You use some of the white face paint mixed with a bit of the charcoal to kind of shadow, highlight your cheekbones a bit more, kind of give your face a bit more of a hollow look to change the kind of overall shape of it in appearance. You give yourself a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow as well to make you look a little bit older. And then you get a little bit of the charcoal and run a few streaks through your hair to kind of darken that brown hair a little bit as well, make it look more of a black, potentially to confuse someone who... I mean, the blue eyes are hard to mask, but at least you can kind of darken the hair a little bit, make it look a bit more Fire Nation as you darken your hair to a much more black.
Thank you. I'm very happy with that. Lily, you had a good foundation, but just needed a bit of zhuzhing up. This is
I think the
what a
foundation
pirate
was
looks
the
like,
issue.
and I pose a little bit like a pirate. Like I put my just below it. Oh wait, I don't have my jacket. That's right. I was wearing.
So there was a conversation about maybe
Jedd's.
wearing the jacket might make you look like Fifth Nation. If you're pretending to be a Yellowneck, rocking up in Water Tribe clothing with a clearly stolen Fire Nation military jacket
Yeah,
might kind of make you look more Fifth Nation than Yellowneck. So the
yeah, it's true. What's the problem of me looking like a Fifth Nation? There's Fifth Nation people around there.
Because we're trying to sneak in as Yellownecks. That's the issue.
But there is a good
What
point.
if I've captured all of you people?
So one of the things that I
have
did
to make it
last session,
believable.
one of the things I did last session, Brandon, when I was playing Keeko, while everyone was kind of standing around talking, Keiko's like, "Oh yeah, for sure. Like what we used to do. I mean, what the Fifth Nation I hear used to because
There
I
was
was like,
there was a symbol, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the symbol that that we at the Fifth Nation. I mean, that the
Fifth
Fifth
Nation.
Nation
I've seen-
probably.
yeah.
I may have seen that at the Fifth Nation.
You know what? That's
But not
exactly
when
what
I
I would have done. No, a friend told me. I mean, not a friend.
not a friend, a prisoner. Yeah. I mean, he certainly wouldn't be my best man at my wedding.
Okay, yeah.
But Keeko, as you think about this, I mean, going in as a Yellowneck comes with its own risks, right? Like, even with all the makeup in the world, if there's anyone on this island who knows you well, they're going to instantly recognize you.
I've got some contingencies for that, so we
Yeah.
can continue on.
Give
Okay.
him a
Yeah.
Hang on though, there are limits to
Yeah.
Pippin Paddleopsicopoulos III, which is if it's someone who, I don't know, grew up with you as a childhood friend, like Sonak, for example. If he was there and he saw you, there's no way you can play it off as, no, I'm not Keeko, I'm Oki.
Keeko.
Yes.
I did Keeko backwards and it's Oki. I just realized. I'm Oki.
I've also got out of uniform. That's the other one I've got as well.
Yeah.
So that's the out of uniform can get me there. And if I don't get there, I can use Bonzu,
Bonzu Pippin Paddleopsicopoulos
bag.
is the word you're looking for. I don't even have it in front of me and I know it. Come on, man.
Bonzu paddle.
Pippin.
Pippin paddle.
Opsicopoulos. Hey! We
Paddle
did it.
Ah, that makes sense.
I'm Bonzu, Pippin Paddleopsicopoulos III. That's how I remember it. It's just because I literally say it in the way Ang says it from the show.
So good.
Okay, so you've got two things to kind of fall back on. All right, did you want to stick with the Yellowneck disguise then? You can if you wanted to be Fifth Nation, you totally could. No reason to.
I mean, yeah, I'm happy to be Fifth Nation, but happy to keep the face makeup on a little bit. Just because, like, it's all Fifth Nation from what we can see. Fifth Nation and
Only Fifth Nation are there now.
Yellowneck's
You know that the Yellownecks are planning to rendezvous with them. It looks like the Fifth Nation are potentially setting up early. Now, whether that means that they're getting the site ready, or whether it means they're planning an ambush of the Yellownecks, you guys don't know. You're not quite sure what this situation is going to be. It sounded like there was a need to rendezvous, potentially a chance for diplomacy between these two organizations, but then who knows? Like, Keeko, you know that the Fifth Nation, they've laid traps like this before, promised friendship, and then, like, sunk the boat and gone, yeah, there you go.
yeah, that's it. It's like, hey, boys, come over here now. Oh, sweet, let's murder them. Take their stuff. Let's go. Awesome.
Totally. This
Like,
could be what's happening
thinking-
here as well.
Things like Fifth Nation, I'm happy to, like, guys, like, I love the Yellowneck plan. You guys, Yellownecks, all for that. Like, teaching piracy is really hard on a moment's notice. So if you guys feel more comfortable with Fifth Nation, I mean, Yellownecks, that's cool, but I've got the Fifth Nation vibe down at the moment, but I can go by a new name. Coney. It's my
Look.
alter ego.
As great as that sounds,
2012.
Kiyu, who's standing there sort of watching you discuss this, Keeko, she sort of cocks her head a little bit as you say this. She looks over at Tilla and sort of nods and goes, I think it would be easier for Tilla to pass herself off as a member of the Yellownecks. We know that this Starfey organization primarily was made up of Earth Nation bandits, and no offense, Tilla, but I have heard that quite a number of Sandbenders turned to villainy. The life in the desert is hard, I hear, and she like pauses as she doesn't want to say, like, Sandbenders are criminals.
I gathered that.
Yeah. She sort of like trails off awkwardly, pauses for a second, looks back at Keeko and goes, you think you could pull off being a member of the Fifth Nation?
Well, I feel like we can see what they're doing. Like, we're like seeing a lot of them around, like, you know, growing up from like water tribes. So I feel like Yar, I'm Cody. How's that? Does that sound good?
Are they pirates?
Yeah, kind
Fifth
of.
Nation's a pirates, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
kind of. Yeah.
Oh, no.
If you want to commit to the
No.
pirate voice, you absolutely can for sure.
No, please.
You can do that. That's not a problem. Q gives you a very odd look as she looks you up and down, Keeko, and you watch as she and Yara share a look, catching each other's eyes, pausing for a second, and then Yara nods, and Q sort of like looks up for a moment, pauses, thinks, and goes, "Okay. If you think you can pass off as Fifth Nation, obviously, Keeko, it sounds like you have some experience with this group. Is there any problem with you perhaps being recognized?"
Why would you say that? I just don't want people to know like who I am. Like, what if like pirates? They can hold grudges, right? They could find me at home. Like they know my face. Aren't you worried about showing your face?
No, we live in the Southern Water Tribe, one of the most defended fortresses in the Water Nation, like in the whole of the Southern Seas. Wolf Cove is the most well-defended military installation in the entire Southern Hemisphere of this world. No, I do not fear a group of petty bandits and pirates storming the gates and breaking their boats upon the ice shards that litter the bay.
No, it gives me the heebie-jeebies still, and I'm not taking any risks here.
But you are
Yeah,
taking a risk.
Y-
Going into that campsite,
What-
that is a major risk.
If only one Yellowneck shows up, though, and one new Fifth Nation member shows up, what's the story behind that?
Maybe it needs.
having a slash on you guys.
Maybe we need
What?
to send
We're
more
not
than one
revealing
Yellowneck.
everyone.
We're not revealing ourselves. We're
I know,
staying
but
hidden.
we get caught. I know, but we get caught. That's why I'm with
Then
you
we
guys,
just
right?
murder people.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty
Unfortunately,
Fifth Nation of me.
Yara, Koz, and I cannot go. There is a very high probability that we will be recognized. We have
Yeah.
fought a number of these Fifth Nation pirates, some of whom may have gotten away. They may know our faces. But Jedd,
Kyoshi,
your face is not known to them, and your tattoos are mostly hidden by your hair.
I'm better at observing than sneaking in and talking to people.
You would not have to talk. You are quite an imposing figure, tall. You could simply stand there and look strong and scary. Provide context for why these two younger members have traveled. It would make more sense if you were there keeping watch. Or if they were there maybe learning the ropes from you as a mentor. We do have to explain why
Yes,
such young people
that
as
does,
yourselves
that
have traveled
does
by
help me keep
themselves.
an eye on them while they're in there.
Does potentially
I
do that
can
as
join
well.
you.
The only question is, what's your clothing at the moment?
What?
Jedd's just in his
What's your
underclothes.
clothing?
He's just got his.
Yeah.
I'm just wearing a grey shirt and like pants.
So-
Just
so
normal pants.
Jedd's got the layered clothing of the air nomads. It's just dyed a different color. So currently Jedd has almost like a grey tunic. It's quite tight, long sleeve, and ties around his waist. And then the green, I guess almost like a kimono-esque jacket that he's got over the top. Not a kimono. There's a specific word for it. I can't remember what it is in Japanese. For that kind of like warrior's doublet is the word I'm looking for. Doesn't matter. It'll come to me in a minute. Tied around with the belt around his waist. I mean, it's not unusual without the colored jacket. Jedd just looks like he's wearing quite tight clothing, showing off his muscles a bit, looking strong with his 5 o'clock shadow. I mean, yeah.
And then if we do that, was it Keeko and I don't have to necessarily wear the
scarf.
what's it called? Yeah.
If Jedd was the only one wearing the scarf, that would be a lot less suspicious. You think, Tilla, as you sort of think this through, right? You've got to take into account your ages. Tilla, you're young.
Shit, right?
Keiko's pretty young. You guys are pretty young, right? Like, if you're there as the only person in the yellow neck scarf, and there's like an adult behind you who's like doing what you say
Yeah.
and not talking very much, that does potentially look a bit suspicious.
Okay, hand me the scarf. Damn it! Damn it!
Hey, that's your airbender.
Pretend that
card,
you're a sandbender, right? You could do that, right?
I could totally pretend I'm a Sandbender. You're all correct.
Actually, yeah,
Just
out
give me
of
some
all the
pocket
bending
sand.
disciples, that's the easiest one for you to fake as an airbender.
Yeah.
man.
Can I have some pocket sand?
Pocket sand.
We're on a beach.
No, you guys are currently in the mangroves. There is
Yeah, but when we're there, we'll be on a beach.
you can reach down and
Oh,
pick
yeah,
up some
'cause,
sand
like-
when you're there.
Sand
Pocket
everywhere.
Pocket sand.
But I might give you pocket sand. That way you can kind of just fish it out and not have to
Yeah.
worry about getting it off the ground.
Alrighty, I think we should jump over
Oh,
to the
definitely.
Southern Air Temple briefly to see how Ted and Kyoshi are doing. How does that sound?
Oh, me.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, you.
Ted, we left off as you
I
had
don't know what I'm
arrived.
doing.
We left off as you had arrived in the main open meditation forum of the Southern Air Temple. The Southern Air Temple has a number of buildings, pagodas constructed around the edge of this mountain range, in the very center of the Southern Archipelago. In the very center, this large stone meditation garden is being constructed. Between the stones, there are pathways of white sand that spiral around, forming these beautiful patterns. And you can see carefully curated bonsai in pots arranged around these points, creating this very calm, very tranquil environment where you have first emerged. Before you stands the Grand Pagoda, where most of the monks spend much of their time going over old scrolls, transcribing them into new formats, those that need repair, meditating on the fundamental truths of the universe. Over towards your right, you can see the fruit garden, a number of very carefully cultivated trees, and over towards the left, you can see the sky bison stables. A large amount of sky bison currently landing around the stables, being put away for the night so that they can sleep and eat and drink. As you and sort of Kyoshi stand there, I think we ended last session, or ended the bit with you last session, Kyoshi, with her looking around. She looks and goes, I'd forgotten how beautiful this place was. I don't know why it's taken me so long to come back. All right, kite. I want a kite too. Do you think they'd mind if...
I think we can get you a kite. I mean, it's just a kite.
It's just a kite, right? Like, yeah. And
I'm sure they've got.
I do
plenty of
have one.
kites.
It's just back at completely blanked on the name. Yokoya Peninsula. It's just back at Yokoya Peninsula. Just back in the tent. I didn't want to bring it with me to the Fire Nation. I knew that I was going to be heading into some pretty hot regions around the volcanic rim. I just didn't want the kite to get burned or damaged, and fire benders throw a lot of fire and often aim for the kite. Bastards. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a backup. Mine gets damaged all the time.
I'm sure they'd be happy to give the Avatar a kite.
Well, you're from the Southern Air Temple, right? You and your brother?
Hometown, Southern Air
Yes.
Temple. Yes, we are. That's home. This is home.
Does it feel weird being back? You and your brother, you don't spend a lot of time here from the looks of it.
It's been a while. It hasn't changed much, but it just feels weird being back here without Jedd, I think.
I don't want to pry, but the situation with your brother, is it going to cause us problems while we're here?
Only one way to find out, I guess.
Yeah, fair. Let's go.
Anyway, let's go find my friend, Mr. Kite.
Fuck. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. As you make your way, over,
It's canon.
to a man
Owen.
whose
Yes,
name I'm
and.
going to say is Kite. An airman called Kite.
K-Y-T-E.
Kytte.
Yeah.
As you make your way over towards the as you make your way over towards the training grounds where a lot of the younger air nomads spend their time learning airbending and practicing their techniques. This is a lower courtyard, slightly sunk into the mountainside, so that if anything were to happen, any blasts of air, errant blasts to potentially knock a young airbender, they're not just going to drop off the edge of a fucking mountain. This area is deliberately sunk into the side of the mountain to protect airbenders from themselves and their dangerous bending early on. As you head down and take a left-hand turn at the bottom of the training grounds, you head towards the crafting bay. This is where a number of the air nomads, some of whom don't have any bending. It's really rare amongst air nomads, but occasionally there are those who come to the air temples who are from other nations. Sometimes air nomads are born without the ability to bend. And as you head on over to check in on Kite, you know that he is one of those non-bending air nomads, but incredibly gifted with construction and with
he's talented in other ways.
He is an incredible artificer. His ability to create and modify the kites to lock them in. He's a genius at balance. Even though he can't use them himself, he is the best among the air temples for crafting kites. And as you make your way down towards, rather appropriately named, as you make your way down towards, you can see he's just closing up, putting his tools away, pulling down the wooden shutters to block off and lock out the workshop.
Mr. Kite.
The air nomad that turns around to face you is probably about sort of maybe 10 years older than you. Very, very round, kindly face. He doesn't have the tattoos because he's not an airbending master. There are no blue tattoos on his body. Instead, he has 2 blue lines underneath his chin, denoting him as a master craftsman. Rather than the arrow tattoos, he has the 2 lines underneath his chin. He smiles as he sees you. Ted, me boy. How are you doing? It's been some time since I saw you, and bless my stars, Avatar Kyoshi, an honor. As he bows before her, you watch as Kyoshi just shakes and goes, No bowing, please. Just stand up. You're embarrassing me. I
hug him.
As you pull him up into a hug, he goes, I'm so sorry, Avatar. I wouldn't dream of embarrassing. How can a humble craftsman such as myself assist the Avatar? And you, Ted, of course. How can I help you, Ted?
We are after some of your master kites.
Oh dear. Has something happened to yours?
No, mine is fine. But this a brilliant avatar would like one for her to practice her airbending so she can become a better avatar. And
Kyoshi looks towards you with a look of thunder. As you say better avatar, you just watch as she turns towards you and gives you a withering glare.
Does she want it or not?
She does.
What is it not?
And another one just for Jedd.
You know,
he doesn't have one.
You know, I would. There's a lot I would do to help out your brother, Ted. But if I'm caught providing him with equipment from the Southern Air Temple, he is banished, Ted.
Yeah, but it's just a kite.
If I was to provide,
what if you say that it's for me?
Well, if I was to provide you with a kite, if something awful had happened to your kite and you needed a kite for you, I could assist with that, of course. Has something happened to your kite, Ted?
Yes.
Then it would be my honor to help you as a airbender returning home to the Southern Air Temple. I think I still have your measurements, Ted. I should be able to find one your size. Avatar, it is an honor that you would consider me as the craftsman of your personal kite. May I, with all respect, take some measurements so that I may pitch the kite perfectly for you? Kyoshi sort of looks and goes, Yeah, of course. Right away, Avatar. One moment. As he ducks inside. You watch as Kyoshi looks towards you, looks back. She goes, I'm already a pretty good avatar, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you want a kite?
Yeah, I want a kite.
You gotta pull some heartstrings.
Normally I just tell people, honestly, and that seems to work out.
Yeah,
It's
but-
weird how easy lying comes to you. She looks back at you. Isn't this man your friend?
Yeah, but do you need this or not?
I'm pretty sure if I just asked, hey, I'm the Avatar, I'm an Airbender, I have completed my airbending training, I need a kite, I think he would have provided it.
All right, go ahead.
She cuts off as Kite emerges with a long ruler, interlocking wooden rulers that are all bound together on little gears. As he opens it up and measures it, she takes little notes, then rushes back inside, and then a moment later, Ted comes out with 2 staves. This one's slightly taller than the one you have currently, Ted.
Mhm.
Very, very slightly. As Kite hands it over to you, he goes, this new kite might take a little bit of getting used to, because I'm sure you've grown a bit since I last saw you.
Yeah, I have. Definitely.
He nods. And Avatar, please. Luckily, we had a kite that would be of almost exactly what you need, but it would only be right if you return to my workshop in 2 to 3 days, and I can have a custom-made kite, perfectly sized for you. In that time, I understand. From the looks of things, it's quite urgent. Kyoshi nods. Yeah, Ted, you nod as well. Very well. This kite will have to do. Please, I apologize for its balance. It may not be perfect for you, but she just takes it, like airbends the wings out, airbends it back. Goes, this will be fine. Thinks it's what? How far off is it? A couple of centimeters to my great ship. Couple of centimeters? It's gonna be fine. Okay, thanks. This will be great. Thank you so much. Can I give you some money? No. The honor is you walking, having my kite and flying through the skies, saving the world with my craftsmanship. She just, you can see Kyoshi's getting a bit uncomfortable with this, Ted, as she kind of looks him up and down and goes, yeah, thanks, Mr. Kite?
Mr. Kite.
Please, Master Kite is fine. Or just Kite. For you, just Kite. You still have to call me Master Kite, Ted. For you, Avatar, Kite is fine. You watch as Kyoshi sort of turns back towards you, leans in and goes, thank you for not being like him when you met me. This is making me really uncomfortable. Can we go?
I wasn't even going to bring up the fact that you were the Avatar, but then you just had to go dressed like that straight in here, and then we had to play the Avatar game, didn't we?
She looks down at herself wearing all green, looks back at you wearing all yellow, looks down again at what she's wearing and goes, fuck you. Grabs her kite and wanders around the edge of the building, just vanishing around the side.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I quickly go to? How much time? Do we have time?
Mr. Library?
You think you've got time.
I want to see if I can find a scroll
Which
while
one?
I'm up here. Just to learn a move. I don't know.
You want to go and raid the Air Nation
Real
archive.
quick.
So you want to go and take one of the bending scrolls away from the
I want to have a
temple.
quick look. I don't want to take it.
Just
I
a
wanna
quick
at it.
look. You want to try and learn a move just by glancing at a scroll and going, yeah,
I
that'll
want to see if they have any scrolls here.
100%.
And then if they do, then I
Ted, you
can
know
come
for a
back.
fact there's one of the most sacred duties of the library is to catalogue and maintain the records of all airbending techniques, new ones as they are invented as well. There would be many scrolls here, but it is
New ones.
highly sacrilegious to remove them, even from the archives. Is a real problem. Possibly banishable offense on that one, by the way.
So if you had already a banished person that's willing to stealth in and sort of grab something, you're all good.
Can't banish me twice. No, but we can kill you for this.
Ah!
It's the Air Nation. What are they gonna fucking do?
And they should never kill
Oh
anyone.
no, they'll not give me a mango tart. They'll just give me the crust. No, punishment.
Like I want to, but I
I'm gonna
don't.
go steal a scroll.
I just want to have a look.
I'm gonna tell you right now. It takes more than like 5-minute glance at a piece of paper to figure out a new bending move. Like you kind of need it there to practice. It's gonna take you a while.
I just want to have a look for a long time.
You want to go look at it for like an hour.
I want to, maybe it comes with me. I don't know.
So you do want to steal a scroll, is what I'm hearing.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Came back to us. Great timing.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it.
I believe him. Owen.
You're a pirate.
No, I'm Coney. Wait,
I believe him. I believe him. I believe him.
You've been banished already.
So many cool moves, and like if I had one or two of those, like one of two of
You
those
just want to get a
good
different
moves.
move to Jedd so that you can say you're the superior brother. I know how your mind works, mate.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
You're a
Let's
fucking
go.
open book. As you head back towards the edge of the platform, Ted, you now carry 2 kites with you.
Mhm.
Kyoshi has hers. As you begin heading back down towards the temple steps, you hear an older voice call out your name from behind. Ted, is that you? And as you turn around, you see a very, very old, wizened figure. Ted, this is your... It's not your papa. This is your mentor. This is your mentor. This is Master Seiyan. He is a very, very gifted airbender. Spry, despite his age, spry and rather, still rather dangerous with his airbending. Not so much allowed to tutor the younger Air Nation students anymore. His methods are rather brutal.
What was his 2 last students, if you don't mind me asking?
Ted and
Was it
yeah,
Ted
you
and
and-
Jedd?
yeah, Ted and Jedd, and then Jedd wimped out and went with Kelsang. He couldn't hack it, so he went and hung out with Kelsang, who then like taught him how to like sink ships and do all sorts of bad stuff. Bad influence, Kelsang. Yeah.
Sorry, what was this one's name? Sorry,
Oh god, let me find it again.
Mr. Seiyan.
And how do you spell it?
Seiyan?
That's the...
Seiyan?
Mr. Seance?
Where are we? Sorry, Seiyan. Saian. Seiyan.
Dayan?
Seiyan.
Oh my god!
I've just realised that spelling. Fuck.
Welcome to that one.
It's
Over 9,000?
Sayan now. I've just changed the spelling.
Stick. Over 9,000. How old is he? Over 9,000?
He's not over 9,000. Sorry, Ted, you're pretty sure he's in his 80s.
Basically 9,000 and then dog years.
No.
Pretty close.
Couple of hundred. You're very far off. Ted, I thought
I
that
haven't
was
jumped off
you.
yet, have I?
What was that, sorry?
I haven't jumped off yet, have I?
No. You're making your way
Yeah,
back
okay, cool.
towards the back towards the meditation garden where you guys are taking off. Kyoshi's kind of like storming ahead, not really paying attention to where she's walking. Her boots are like cracking through the very carefully manicured sand garden that's in between these stones.
Yeah.
She's got a massive boot print and keeps walking on. She looks down and goes, "Oh, whatever. Keeps walking through. Quite impatient at this point.
Kyoshi, I'm just... Oh, she's gone.
She's just marching off towards the end. Ted, what?
Saiyan!
Oh, you know it's Seiyan. What are you doing back here, Ted?
We were in the area and I needed a kite for myself and Kyoshi.
He looks at the 2 kites you're carrying and the 1 kite Kyoshi has. Some new technique you're working on. Double kite method.
Yeah, it's new
You'll have to make sure to come and scribe it into the archives, Ted, as a new technique.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to go and look at the archives.
Gives you a bit of a look. Were you really going to stop by and not say hello to your old master?
I've just been so busy. I kind of just
I
Ah,
thought
it's
you
my
were
mind.
dead, old man.
It's what happens with the young. Always so busy, no time for the elderly.
Yeah,
Still
sorry. just
kick
trying to
your
save the
ass,
world.
young man. Don't you forget it.
Yeah, I think I kicked yours a couple times.
Ha! Only because I let you. Can't have you fully crushed. Your morale ruined and wrung out like the winds in the afternoon. Now can we?
Yeah, we can't all be like Jedd, right?
Ah, that young man, such potential. Ah, such a shame to
Threw
see
it
him
all away.
fall under the influence of Kells. What? Who was that woman you were with, marching off away? She does know this is the Southern Air Temple, doesn't she?
Yeah, that was Kyoshi.
The Avatar. You're traveling with the Avatar.
Yeah, we're buddies. We work together.
Are you here to
she's not
do
my boss.
something about
We're
those
we're
pirates?
colleagues. Yeah. We're dealing with the pirates. We just needed the kite to get places better.
What? Sounds like you've got this all figured out and you're in a rush. Well, don't let me hold you up. I'm sure there's no knowledge your old master could impart.
I mean, Mr. Sayon, I'm always ready to learn from you.
These pirates, they wouldn't happen to be camped out on Little Island now, would they?
Yeah. They are.
They've been there
Very good.
before. We've sent reports to the Fire Nation and to the Earth Nation to let them know, but nothing's been done about it. We suspect they've been intercepting communications.
It's not good. Is there anything else you can tell me about them?
The group down there, their leader sent an envoy up to offer trade. We obviously refused. Our loyalty is to the people of this world. The Fifth Nation are a threat to that now. Pirates, bandits, and outlaws. No, we refused them any assistance beyond medical. If they were
What did
hurt or in
they
trouble, we
want to
offered
trade?
items that they had no doubt stolen from nearby merchant vessels.
For
Their admiral wanted us to interpret some scroll he had found. Showed some sites in different locations. Said it was air nomad.
interesting.
We said that we would accept a donation of knowledge. We could free to share, but he refused.
Yeah, we've seen them around a bit. They're not up for donations that often.
He also refused healing. A terrible wound.
What's wrong with him?
His shoulder. Chunks of glass embedded into the flesh. Large amounts of it. It was awful to look at. Must be painful.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, if he didn't want help, I mean, who are we to force help to him?
Indeed. Be careful if you're going up against him. A dangerous look about him. You're not planning on fighting, are you? You're just there to provide support for your comrades. For the Avatar? You're a guide.
Yeah.
You're not fighting.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. They might need my help, but
Ted,
I'm not planning on fighting.
Please don't make the same mistake your brother made.
Uh,
Only trouble follows
My brother
getting
is
involved.
nothing but a mistake.
I mean, you watch us say, I kind of pauses for a second and goes, "Oh, Ted."
Fucking Andrew just fell like that.
Andrew's gone.
Killed
Ted.
Killed your brother.
You don't mean that. Your brother has some failings and has chosen a poor path, but to call him a mistake, he's your family, Ted.
He's
sad
still used to be family.
To call him a mistake is rather harsh, no?
I've been hanging out with him a lot more now, so we'll see.
So you've been with him, traveling with him, protecting him, keeping him safe.
Yeah, like I told you when I left.
And I told you that only trouble would follow. Sounds like he is a bad influence on you, Ted.
Yeah, but he needs someone to look after him. You know what he's like.
Don't lose yourself trying to save him.
All right, I'm still doing my thing. I'm still being peaceful. Sometimes.
Remember the
Sometimes
lessons
I
I
need to step
taught
up
you.
a little bit, but
Remember the lessons I taught you, Ted. Let the winds guide you.
Yeah, guiding wind. I know.
He nods. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Go with peace. Try and keep it.
If we finish up there quickly, I might come back for a quick chat.
You're
Got some
welcome,
things I wanna
so
run
long
by
as you
you.
follow the teachings of this temple, Ted.
Well, I have some things that I found.
Yeah?
And I pull out the artifacts that I just remembered I had.
These are the items that you took from the temple, correct?
I think
Oh no, these are the ones you
Jedd
found on
took-
the monk, right? That Jedd found on the monk.
Jedd found, yeah.
No, these were in the temple.
Temple?
I thought it was the...
These are the porcelain sky bison. All that stuff
Oh,
that
you're
we
right.
found
They
in
were
the
from the temple. You were right. They were from the temple.
Yeah.
Sorry, for some reason I was getting them mixed up there with the frozen monk. But sorry, no, you're right. They were from the temple.
That was just a scroll.
That was the scrolls. Oh my goodness! This voice is causing me to choke a bit. Oh my goodness! As he takes the takes the figurines. Oh, these are stunning. Where did you come across these? These are very old, exceptionally well preserved.
We found them in a temple.
A temple?
Yeah.
North, south, east, west.
What do I roll to remember?
Well,
Southwest?
Ted, you know that it
Southeast?
wasn't the northern, southern, eastern, or western air temple. This was a long forgotten pagoda hidden away in the ice. This wasn't one of the air
And it
temples.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It got burnt.
Well, yeah, I guess he
It's
doesn't
gone
know
now, yeah.
about it to begin with.
It's gone.
It wasn't any of the normal places. It was just somewhere. It's gone.
Somewhere. Ted, you must realize this is potentially a lost temple, a lost location of
It's
Air
definitely
Nation,
lost.
Air Nation knowledge and wisdom. We must go and send a group out to see what they can salvage from this place. There could be
wouldn't-
more hidden.
I wouldn't bother
Ted,
sending out a third party for it. It wasn't
what
us.
did you do, Ted?
It wasn't us. It caught
What
on
did
fire.
Jedd do?
No, it wasn't Jedd. It caught on fire.
How did this... how
Well,
big
some
was this
spirit.
structure? A spirit?
That was pretty big.
A spirit burned this temple down. What did you... sorry, I should not come in so... How was this spirit angered, and why did you not use the techniques to calm it?
You won't stop it to be spit, bro.
Sorry,
Jedd?
Jedd.
So pay attention in class.
Ted?
Well,
What
I got there a
happened?
bit late.
Ted?
I got down there a bit after everyone else, and things were already happening.
The temple was already burning when you got there.
No, not yet.
The spirit was already rampaging?
No, not exactly.
So you were there for the important events that led to the destruction of this ancient site?
Yeah, but I think they had like chats before I got down, and then that sort of kicked it off.
Who had chats? What was this spirit? I need more information.
It was like a sunset spirit.
Sunset spirit. Never heard of a sunset spirit?
Sunrise spirit? What was it?
I heard of a
That was the
sunrise.
sunset, right? Yeah.
I would have thought that, because we have a moon spirit, an ocean spirit. It kind of makes sense there'd be a sunset spirit.
Yeah,
what,
sunrise
this
spirit.
thing manifested here?
Yeah.
Yes.
What angered it so?
I think it was a bit moody.
A bit moody.
It was like locked in a cage.
Sorry, it was locked in a cage.
Well, not a cage, but like a room.
But the spirit was trapped in the temple.
Yeah, and then we helped take it out.
This was an air nation, an air nomad temple, and there was a sealed spirit, sealed away by our people, and you let it out, and it destroyed the location.
Well, when you put it like that,
What the fuck? Were you thinking?
well, I wasn't, like I said.
Your
I didn't
counsel
agree
was
so that
ignored.
day.
You pled with your comrades to cease this insanity.
Hang on.
You're checking how well you can lie. Is what's happening right
Freaking
now.
NPC.
That's a 9. Frick.
You should have tried harder, Ted. This is
I
disappointing.
tried as hard as I could. I tried so hard.
And got so far.
There is
You
more.
know,
You
you
In
know,
the end,
But in the end,
Didn't even matter.
does even better.
you know what Jed's like.
you just throw me under the bus now?
You're not even
Dude, there's literally a whole other person here that actually did it.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not here.
He doesn't know who you are.
Oh god.
This
Wait, is
is-
the Avatar hearing all this?
Kyoshi's gone. she's
Oh, thank god.
she's taken off.
Oh,
Although, how far would she go before turning around and coming back without Ted? She wouldn't just abandon Ted. I'm gonna say Kyoshi's wandering back at this point and like kind of catching the end of this conversation because Ted's facing towards, so she's coming up behind Ted, so Ted's not hearing her approach. She's kind of catching the end of this.
and you can see
Ted.
his mouth
So it was like,
going,
Ted, I'm going to have
Yeah,
to
but-
report this to the elders.
like
We're going to need to have
random people broke in.
We're going to need to have an inquiry about this, Ted. You're going to need to speak to the elders. This is serious.
Fuck.
Archie, your lying to an NPC is going real bad, buddy.
9.
You're going to need to report this. This is potentially. Thank God, Avatar. Please, we need your assistance.
so that's this is Ted and Jedd dead, right?
This is-
Like, you
Ted, this
die,
is
she comes
all
down
of
and
your
fucking
own
murders
making.
me.
That's my favorite part of this. Is no one handed you the shovel. You went and got the shovel and dug this all by yourself, and now you're in a hole going like, how did I get in this hole? Oh no, Jedd, why did you push me in this hole? It's just you, mate. It's just sorry. It wasn't a shovel. This was like a caterpillar digger. You just got in with. This was
Jedd, why did you
industrial.
throw me out of this tree?
Yeah.
Emergency evacuation, and you fly off with my 2 kites. Quick 2 kite style.
Two kite style. I thought you'd enjoy that. I thought you'd enjoy two kite style as a Avatar. I trust that Ted has appraised you of this terrible situation.
I know, right?
Kyoshi's like,
Kyoshi,
we're trying to deal with it. We're on a bit of
we're
a
going to go deal with it
we're on a
right
bit of a
now.
timeline.
Can we go, Kyoshi, please? I'm sorry,
we're-
Mr.
we're-
Saiyan. We have to go. We have to deal with this, okay?
I thought you were
we'll be
dealing
back.
with the bandits.
Yeah,
You
we are
need-
dealing with the bandits. Yeah.
Well, it's
That's what
far
I'm
more
talking about.
important you deal with this.
No. We have to deal. No, come on. We have to deal with the island and the bandits, and then we'll come back afterwards and we can have a chat. Okay? You know.
You can't. No, you can't. We need
No,
to. You need to stand in front of the elders. This is important.
Okay, Jed's fine. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be
Could I
right
get
back.
you to
Actually
roll?
crying.
Could I get you to roll gaslight an NPC? What would that fall under? Probably creativity. Creativity, please.
Oh my god.
Focus.
No, creativity, please.
Oh my god.
That's a 10, baby.
Do it. Let's go.
Okay. You somehow, Ted, by just talking over the top of this old man, interrupting him, pushing past him, moving Kyoshi away. Kyoshi's like, what was he talking about? Why is an air nomad so insistent we deal with bandits? That's really weird.
Yeah, I think they're a bit scared because they want, they came up and wanted things from them.
Ah,
I know they're not scared, but you know, like there's a lot of them.
a lot of the bandits.
A lot of bandits and a lot of like other people down there. Anyway, I think we've got to go.
The Fifth Nation have never attacked an air temple before.
Well, I mean, not attacked, but they want to trade, and then the air nomads don't want to trade because you know what they're like. They don't want to give any of their good things away.
That sounds very unlike the air nomads. Almost the opposite of what they're like.
No, I think that's pretty much it. You haven't met Mr. Sane. He never lets me in the room. With
Master
all the
Sayan? I know Master Sayan.
Yeah, well, we just met him.
No, I've met Master Sayan before. He was one of the masters who came to the Eastern Air Temple when I was first training. He oversaw some of my...
Is that an explosion? We have to go.
How to get yourself out of this?
This is dire, Archie. If this is how you deal with situations, I really worry about you and your ability to navigate social interaction as a whole.
Imagine standing there having a conversation with somebody and they just like put their hand to their mouth and make
Wow, there's an explosion. We better go. Can you imagine doing that at an airport? That was certainly in the conversation. Oh, mate, this is dire, Archie. The fact that this has worked is even more scary. As you lead Kyoshi away, you hear calling out from behind you, this gust of wind like ruffling behind you. Ted, you come back here as soon as you are finished. You need to speak to the Council of Elders about the... What did he say? He said something about a...
More explosions. The elders about Jedd's situation.
It sounded like he... Like an S word.
Stupid Jedd.
You literally said Jedd's situation. You could have just gone with situation.
Oh, shit.
Master Sayan, calling him stupid Jedd is really... That's pretty unprofessional.
Jedd's had a couple issues.
Really trying to kill Andrew.
Snowball effect is so good.
God.
You're really trying to kill Andrew.
Can we not let him go anywhere by himself?
No, he can't from now on.
He needs a keeper.
He needs an adult.
I'm just gonna come back to this temple and be like, hey guys, is it all sorted out?
You're under arrest for releasing an evil spirit from an ancient site. Avatar, kill him! Kill him! As Ted and Kyoshi take off, Ted, it's a little bit awkward with the second kite. You sort of tuck it down between your robes and you are able to fly, but it is a little bit awkward flying with the two kites for a little bit. The two kite style is not something you haven't mastered it yet. Maybe one day you can do three kite style, one kite in each hand, then one in your mouth, sort of across. So you can have
yes.
it. Can do.
I'll
like
change my name.
What would you like to change it to?
It'll change to Koro.
The best you could come up with.
Hey, considering what we've been getting from him tonight, don't take what you can get.
I didn't say anything for the past half an hour, and then I just destroyed myself in like 20 minutes.
It's like a PSA of what happens when you lie. The web weave gets bigger. It's like, oh god.
I think
like a little snowflake. Now there's an avalanche. It's like
I think my favorite part is that like it wasn't even just the lying; it was just the the way he went about it. It's like stupid lying. It's not even like. It's like I'm just gonna say the first thing that pops into my head. Oh shit!
I think Ted's a compulsive liar, but he like doesn't do it all the time. But like once he does,
It just has to happen.
So an impulsive liar, someone who kind of like impulsively lies in the moment with no kind of like forethought, and just like you're sort of riding a bicycle, chuck a stick in the spokes, and then go, Jedd, as you fall onto the ground, basically.
Well, Jedd told me that if I did that, I'd go flying. So that's why.
That's fair. Yikes. I so much for trying to have like a serious
Nope.
with the bandits and try and build some suspense. What are they doing at the air temple? No, never mind. As Ted and Kyoshi make their way back down, Ted, despite the difficulty of flying, because you're no longer trying to remain hidden, Kyoshi raised the very valid point. Probably lots of airbenders flying around here at all times. And given that the sun is now starting to set, it's much easier for you to navigate without potentially being seen. And as you make your way back down towards the boat, you can see mist is now filling up the area around the mangroves, hiding the boat from view. And as you come in low, fly through the mist and land on the boat next to your comrades, it's at this point that Keeko has just finished getting all set up with his costume, and you guys were just asking, how are we going to know if Ted's all right? As soon as you land and get back to the boat, Kyu looks over and goes, how did you go?
All good. No issues.
Oh, great.
Sweet.
I was worried something had gone wrong. You guys were some time.
I just met up with some friends. Kyoshi got a kite.
We're on a timeline here with these bandits. The Yellownecks could be here at any moment. You were just meeting with friends?
I know. Yeah, but I got stuff to do as well. Did you? They needed kites. I had to get them kites. And I got them kites. And as I chucked the kite to Jedd.
I grab it and I just place it down on the boat.
It's from Mr. Kite.
Oh, Mr. Kite, how's he doing?
He's good.
You guys can reminisce after we're done.
I get your artifacts back.
Oh, awesome. How'd they take it?
We'll do with that.
Am I in the good? Like, am I good notes now?
Yeah.
I love that this was your peace offering to get back in the good graces of the Air Temple. I love that that's what your plan was. And it's just so much worse for you now because of Ted, specifically what he said. What he did is, like, because he said, I recovered these, handed them over, and then went, oh yeah, Jedd released an evil spirit.
And then I'm pretty sure that was stupid Jedd at one point.
This could not have been worse for you, Jedd. The best bit is Ted's like, yeah, it went well.
I can go up once we're done and have like a quick chat.
Can I just say, that's the most sibling thing ever. To have, like, that's so in keeping with what it's like having an older or younger sibling. I'm getting the distinct impression Ted's slightly older than Jedd, because that's very much an older sibling thing to do. No, that's the shit I do to my younger brother. I've got one chance to redeem him, and I use it to get myself forward and put him more in the shit. 100% that's what I did to my younger brother every time. It's too funny.
Once we're done here.
Yep. I'll head up.
I'll head up.
Oh.
I just want to talk with. I got to talk with one other person before you come up.
Okay.
And we all can't go up because.
No, you just can like hang here, and then I'll go up, and then.
Anyway, also change of plan. I'm not surveying with them. I'm going into the camp now.
So I just went and got this kite for no reason.
I'll use it afterwards. I didn't have a kite beforehand, so now I can actually fly, guys. It's actually going to be good.
I just went up there for no reason.
That's the best. That's the best bit. Is you've just fucked up Jedd for no reason. There's no reason for that anymore.
No. As soon as the plan changed, I was like, shit. We just sent him a time bomb on our way.
That's my favorite bit about this. Does that count as an Owen derail?
Great.
You like stopped the flow of conversation as Andrew was trying to like continue role playing. So I'm gonna say
that's fair.
Purely because of that.
Fair. I'll wear that.
So I can now use this kite to go up there now. So it's all good. You did me a really good solid.
Yeah, but you just have to wait.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you guys ready to go in then? I guess. I still don't know what Keeko's doing. I don't know if he's dressing up as like Fifth Nation or if he's gonna like do yellow next thing. I still have no idea. But Tilla and I are doing like yellow next.
I'm gonna try this Fifth Nation thing. I think I can pull it off as I get back a scarf and then take my Fire Nation coat off of. Was it Jedd wearing it? I mean Ted.
No, it was
Goes.
Coat.
Question. If you had like an Airbender staff, would that be okay? Would that like pass? As a member of the
Who,
Fifth
me?
Nation? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like as sort of like a trophy or like as a...
As long as you don't open it, it just looks like a staff.
Okay, I'm going to pass my staff to you so that you can carry it into the thing so I don't seem too suspicious.
Just giving shit away now.
Well, no, like, so like... Because even if, like, because if they do spot my tattoos by chance, I can then be like, oh, I've just like gone away from the lifestyle and I don't have a staff.
Why wouldn't you carry the staff, Andrew? Why wouldn't
Because
Jedd
I'm a
have it?
Sandbender? I don't know if Sandbenders have staffs.
But then if they catch you out in the Sandbender like as the tattoos, it's not like the staff suddenly makes it like not having a staff is like, well, he can't be an airbender, he doesn't have the staff. You've got the tattoos.
I'm trying my best here. None of us got the... Hey, neither of the brothers got the brain cell today, okay?
Excuse me. I made my life so much better up there.
It's not like the staff is the proof when you've got the tattoos. Like, if they spot the tattoos, that's it. Game's over. You're not gonna... They know you're an airbender.
I'm just a big fan.
I'm just a big fan. I'll just take the staff. It's fine. That makes more sense. I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Oh god, this is gonna be a trip,
There's
isn't
no
it?
way this could go badly. This is gonna be fine. Speaking
not
of things
gonna
that
go
are
great.
going fine, it's getting a little bit later. The sun is setting lower in the sky. And as the light
getting
turns
real low.
from yellow to orange, you watch as a stray sunbeam burns through the mist right in front of the boat and begins to coalesce.
No.
Tendrils
No,
of
no.
flame around
No,
a
no,
single eye
No.
forming
No.
in position.
No, please. Please, no.
Tendrils
What's
of
his
flame forming around a single eye next to the
His
boat
name.
as you hear a
never thought
familiar
of that.
voice.
Oh.
As you hear a familiar
Oh.
voice.
Oh, wait,
Call
no,
out.
no.
I pocket send Kyoshi. I pocket send Kyoshi.
As you hear a familiar voice call out, "My liberators,
Not now!
is it time?
No!
Is
We're in
the
middle of
debt
something,
to
you're
be
going to blow our cover,
repaid?"
please. No, wait, we'll call you
No,
in
the
a
debt still
time.
outstands.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
The whole boat goes completely silent. You watch as Kiyu, Yara, and Koz just look at the sunset. They hadn't seen it before. Remember, they were all on the surface. They only saw the massive pillar of light and flame. As they... Oh no, sorry, Kiyu has seen it. She came down with you. As Kiyu turns and sees the spirit, her eyes go wide. Next to you, you watch as Kyoshi stiffens and slowly lowers the staff, and you begin to see first tongues of fire, and then as this thing forms out of fire, you watch as it is replaced with water spiraling up around the staff.
I
as
sort
she
of like
points
grab
it.
Kyoshi's staff and be like, no.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No.
What are you doing? What is this spirit?
We're all good.
I would like to just step in between Kyoshi and the spirit, kind of like put my hand like comfortingly on Kyoshi's hand, look to the spirit and say, "No thanks. Can we talk to you later?"
This is what I saw on the beach.
Mr. Squiggles, later.
This giggles later, please.
I will
We're in the middle of
return
something.
at sunset to repay my debt.
Hang on, is this going to be every
Okay.
sunset? Because
Yeah,
I'm
this is
not
every
ready
sunset
for
from
it.
now on.
Like every seventh
He said, he said, and you
Oh,
agreed. He said, and you agreed that he will return at sunset, and you will let him know what the favor is.
Yeah, remember
Okay.
we agreed because we didn't know Kyoshi was going to be there.
Yep.
If we didn't know what we wanted, can we just make a separate...
Nope,
request
nope, he's
that-
gonna show up every sunset. It was so.
Which is fine because we'll figure it out and then we'll know that he's definitely going to be there that night when we need him.
So when
One thing will
things
be on our
horribly go wrong,
deathbed. It'll be
yeah, when
fine.
things go horribly wrong tomorrow
Yeah.
or tonight, he'll be there tomorrow.
What if we ask him
Hopefully we're still alive.
Sunbeam- What if we ask him just to sunbeam little island right now?
Where-
No, we don't want to do that.
You would
We don't
like
wanna
me
kill-
to burn the people on the island before you? Is that
No,
the
no, no, no,
favor?
no.
What's
Not
the
yet.
favor for knowledge? I'm confused.
In exchange for
It was
releasing
whatever we
me,
wanted.
I have
Oh,
assisted
whatever
you
it
with
was, a wish.
knowledge, but
It
a
was,
life
it was
debt.
a wish without being a wish.
Not a fucking wish. A life
Favor.
debt is owed. Knowledge is not enough to repay for my freedom. I bask in the rays of the sun once more. I travel across this land, free
Mr.
and unchained.
This is great and all,
See you tomorrow.
but we're trying to stay hidden.
I will
Please.
return at sunset, my friends.
Thanks.
Farewell.
Thanks, Mr. Squiggles. Good to see you again.
As the
Silly boy.
as the beam of light
Slow-mo.
shining down, illuminating your boat, piercing through the mists, fades away as the sunset spirit disappears.
Owen, I hate you.
Hey, this is all you're doing.
Okay.
I would like to say I did point out that this was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew.
Last
Yeah.
session.
I was aware, but like, I can have hope, right?
No.
No, definitely not.
You can have hope,
I would
and I
like-
can have fun.
I would like to turn to the Waterbenders plus Kyoshi and say, can we please move the boat, like, quietly, quickly away from this area right now? And then I'm going to direct them to where you said would be good to get onto the island.
Yara goes, yeah, I'm on that right now. That seems like a really good idea. She begins slowly waterbending around the boat.
Can I help them with airbending to keep like the mist over us?
100%. And Koz is going to do some waterbending as well to keep the mist up as well.
Can I try just calm Kyoshi from murdering all of us?
Yeah, 'cause I was going to say, as Kyoshi turns and looks at all of you, you can see her stance has changed. She's gripping the staff, her fingers white as she grips it with strength, and you hear an ominous creaking from the staff, and the water around the boat, you can see it slowly swirling, not too dissimilar to the whirlpool that you saw her use to
We're all good.
destroy the squid shark earlier.
I still
What?
have my
Everything's
hand
okay.
on Kyoshi's arm
Yeah.
as well.
She looks,
Everything's okay.
what was that?
That was
that's
my
weird.
friend Mr. Squiggly Boy.
It was Mr. Squiggles. The sunset spirit.
He said you freed him.
Well, that's sort of like a. Yes, we did, but he was going to get freed anyway.
And he was going
Any
to kill
force?
us?
And if
Oh my
we
God.
didn't,
Stop walking
if
around
we
the
didn't,
issue. What's your deal?
and if we didn't free,
I-
Spirits
If we
are
didn't-
dangerous. Spirits cannot be trusted.
not.
I know,
all
that's why we
spirits are
have him
dangerous.
in our favor and why we haven't used said favor yet, because we're not stupid enough to use our favor
And
without really thinking it
also-
through. And if we're in his favor, he's not going to kill us.
Also, not all spirits are evil. Just want to put that out
I
there.
know not all
seems
spirits are
quite cool.
evil, but all spirits are dangerous. They don't
They are.
think like we do. They don't see the world the same way that we do. We're
He
just,
just wants freedom. He just wants to travel. He's just a squiggly boy. On
if
his
you believe
squiggly dreams.
that, you believe that, then you are far more naive than I thought.
No. Like, look, if we didn't free him, he was going to like go around murdering a bunch of people. So we freed him, so he wouldn't do that.
There is a much longer conversation we are all going to have about this. Now
Yeah, we can
is
have
not
it
the time.
tomorrow.
Yeah, at sunset.
Nope.
You're not murdering him, by the way.
I wonder who he would
Spirits
come to
can't
if we
be
were
killed.
split up at sunset.
Yeah, that would actually be a really good
You
question.
also can't banish him because he's also from this world. So
Yeah,
what
he's
are you
from
gonna?
this world. Yeah.
Maybe
I
that's
can't-
what we do.
I can't banish spirits. I don't
split
know
it
how
up.
to do that. I don't know how to send them back to the spirit world. He was here, physically.
Yeah.
Physically here.
Yeah.
He's a vibe.
Sunset.
That's really
hide.
dangerous.
He
Only
was
two
born
spirits. All spirits kind of were, right? Wasn't this all the same place? The spirit wilds.
Yeah, at one
and
point,
our-
yes. Yeah.
But there's a reason
He's
the
never
spirits aren't
been
here.
part of the spirit wilds. He's always been here. He doesn't have anywhere to go.
Hey,
We-
he's
we
just a
just-
good boy who's just misunderstood.
Oh, I'm not ready.
He's my
for this.
friend. You wouldn't hurt my friend, would you, Kyoshi?
I'm not gonna hurt him. I don't even think I can. I can. Oh, this is
Yeah, no,
this is
we don't
really
think we can
bad.
hurt him either if that helps. Like, we were
Yeah.
being a real
It's
tough
okay.
spot.
I'm pretty sure if I ask him nicely to not destroy the world, then he probably won't.
Probably.
Because we're friends.
You mean make that the wish?
That's not a wish.
There's no wish.
Sorry.
The favor.
wish.
The knowledge I wish to have is the knowledge of you not destroying the world, Mr. Squiggly Boy.
Like, he just doesn't want to be disrupted, and he won't disrupt people. It's fine. We're all good.
But it's okay, because we can talk about this after we deal with this situation here, and then maybe you and me, Kyoshi, can go back up to the air temple, and then we'll have a chat with the air nomads, and then we'll go through all that as well.
Sayan was calling out something.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you shouldn't have brought that back up, man.
He was talking about the spirit. What does Sayan know about this?
What? Wait, why'd you bring up a spirit in the air temple? What? What is it?
Why did you
just
bring
have
it
to drop
up?
Stuff off?
Archie, what the fuck were you thinking? You just reminded her.
Drop stuff off for me.
Yeah, we just dropped it off, and then he asked where he got it from, and then
And you said you found it?
I said we found it in an air temple,
Why would you say that?
And
because that's the truth.
Okay.
So why?
That's the
Then
one
what
truth he
happened
told.
after that?
Why was the spirit mentioned?
What happened
I
after
don't
that?
know. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is everything
Wait.
cool with Mr. Super Saiyan?
Can we just deal with what we're in now?
Wait,
This is going
How
to be a
much
much
trouble are we in?
longer discussion. A lot. You have no idea what you're tangling with spirits. They are dangerous and they cannot be trusted.
Yeah, so let's just deal with this first. All right, one
Let's
thing
deal
at a
with
time.
mortal problems first. Oh, why did you have to get mixed up with spirits? That's my job. I'm the Avatar. I'm supposed to deal with this stuff.
like, look, it'll either
Hey,
that or we
considering you said that you don't know how to banish or deal with them, I don't think they're your job either.
Jedd started it.
Who else? I'm the bridge. I'm supposed to be the bridge between the spirits and the spirit world and the mortal world. This is what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, this is probably
Supposed,
a good
you're not at the
Kyoshi.
moment,
Like,
so-
This is probably good for you.
What?
You'll
This
learn.
probably meant to happen. This was meant to happen. You're meant to have a connection with the spirit. Maybe you and Squiggly Boy can see eye to eye. Maybe not that close with eyeballs.
Eye
but
to eyes?
Probably a distance. Eye to eye. Eye to eyes.
Eye to eyes? He's only got
Can
one,
Avatar-
right?
Keeko, there's no such
Avatar,
thing
can
as
you make
destiny.
eyes?
Destiny's just a word people use to describe the random shit that happens and try and feel better about it. There's no such thing as destiny. We're not
So
meant
it
to do
wasn't your
anything.
destiny to be the Avatar?
No, I'm just the unlucky sap who got born the wrong time.
Sounds like
Preach.
destiny.
If you want to look, if you
I do one of these ones with you, Lilly. Just like wiggly fingers. Sounds like destiny.
if you want to look for patterns to make yourself feel better, fine. I'm not going to live life like that. It's our choices that matter, what we do, the actions we take.
Exactly. So let's take action with this situation that we've got on the island right now and deal with that tomorrow.
On that, we agree, Ted.
I'm going
Wait.
to turn to
Good segue.
Keeko.
Good segue, Ted.
I'm going to turn to Keeko and be like, and it's my destiny to rule the world.
I mean,
Anyway,
Take it
Kyoshi, we should probably get in position so that these guys can also get in their position and we can do this pincer maneuver.
Let's go.
okay.
Hey.
Alrighty.
Who the hell are you calling captain?
Kyoshi.
I'm just gonna sit on the boat and just
No,
stare.
you're coming with me.
Just stare.
Well, no, you've only got one boat. So how this is going to have to work is you're going to have to drop off Lilly, Kyoshi, Yara, Kyu, and Koz at this bay, and then you're going to have to take the boat around to the front. Jedd, Keeko, and Tilla. So Yara, Kyu, and Koz are going to have to hang out at this bay or waterbend somewhere else. You've only got one boat.
Am I hanging with them? I don't remember.
Ted, you were
Yeah,
going to hang
no,
out
you're-
with Lilly and Kyoshi.
Yeah, I thought so.
You're gonna like sit in the trees and watch them.
Yeah, missed him.
Missed him.
This is
Missed him good.
this is such a shit show.
I think what we're gonna end on is as Jedd,
Me crying in the
Keeko,
boat.
and Tilla, slowly crying, making their way around the. This has gone really badly. This has fallen apart, and it's all
You guys
thanks
left
to
me
Ted.
alone. You guys left me alone. You really only got yourself to blame.
We couldn't
Do you
go
remember
with
how you sacrificed yourself in the last campaign? You want to
Yeah,
do
no.
us a favor?
Nah, he's,
Now I'm
he's sacrificing
sacrificing
you guys this
all of
campaign. He's going the opposite.
It's gonna be his retribution right now.
Oh my god. Yikes. This I'm gonna say I saw how this could go badly. You have excelled. I did not.
Thank you.
You have outstripped even
Exceeded
my
expectations.
wildest expectations on this. Yeah, exceeded expectations.
That's
I
a
give you a
good
HD
That's a good
for absolutely fucking yourselves over with this.
Shut up.
It's pretty good. As Jedd, Keeko, and Tilla begin to
Love you,
bring the
Andrew.
boat around towards the bay, you can see another ship, larger, has docked up next to the ship in the bay. This one is a very large sail flying from the main mast. Glass etched in along the hull. Keeko, the wave cutter, the ship that Admiral Kong, that you last saw him manning, looks like he's upgraded in his time. This vessel, the larger one that's docked next to the smaller one, this is Fire Nation make. You can see the metal plating coating the outside of it. Glass jammed in between the plates, giving it this almost razor-like look to it. And making his way on a sloop. Standing as the boat is rowed, you can see Admiral Kong making for the beach as well.
And we're in a little canoe.
As you canoe onto the beach, the longboat behind you with Admiral Kong standing to attention, as it docks on the beach, Keeko, you catch sight of a familiar face in the boat with Admiral Kong.
It's almost like you foreshadowed this earlier
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing is a literary device used to
Yeah.
as you see, bound in chains, Sonark sitting behind Admiral Kong.
Okay, we can use this. We can use this.
And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Thank
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. If you like watching a plan fall apart painfully, piece by piece, then this was the episode for you.
It wasn't piece by piece. It
No,
was
it
just
was
all
all
at
at
once. Someone knocked the puzzle off the
it's the
table.
equivalent of one of Lily's bombs being put in the mouth. The plan was the mouth. Ted was the bomb. Just detonated.
What it
This
was,
was
is we were trying to build an impervious wall, and then a wrecking ball came through.
I think the problem, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
was
Jedd.
there was so much time for me thinking about the things to do.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
I got
sorry. Hang on. Are you trying to tell me that your problem was you had too much time to think through your actions? Is that what you think the issue was tonight? Do you think that
No,
was
I
your
got-
problem? You
I got
overplanned.
stuck in- I got stuck in my head thinking about things to do, and then I went, okay, I might have been looking through finding what that show was as well. So I was thinking about things, and then
Because I was going
I
to say it
finally
sounds
got-
more like you were distracted by trying to find out what this show was. You didn't plan
look,
enough.
that was
Is
my-
how I was going to
My
pitch
first
this.
30 minutes of the session, just looking through shows.
yeah,
You can't be surprised then when this is the result. Come on.
Been IMBD the entire time.
I think it's Jedd's fault. I think it's Jedd's fault.
So everyone who signed that petition to get Archie as a permanent cast member,
You did this.
you guys did
Me and
this.
Owen, me and Owen did this.
They wouldn't have it
It's
any other
just
way.
us. I'm pretty sure it was just you and I as well.
2 other people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yikes. Oh my god. Goodness me. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, we're going to go and raid Corsair's Cove. Very much friends of the channel who we love to go and hang out with. We better go and go and deal with that. If you're listening to this on YouTube or listening on the podcast, thank you so much. The only way to kind of help the Brothers Dim is by refilling the bank of brain cells they can draw upon. 1 subscribe equals 1 brain cell, 1 comment equals 1 brain cell, 1 like equals 1 brain cell.
On that note, it does have to be faster than the hole that leaks.
Yeah, this ain't no way to patch that. This is a drain without a plug hole.
That hole.
Yeah, you're gonna need
plug up that hole. You could use your free Amazon Prime sub on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/The Lost Archives.
That's also a very valid way to do it. I was going to say the other way to plug the hole. The only way to plug the hole is to become a YouTube member. That's the only other way. Twitch subs and YouTube members. It's the only way to get that plug hole locked in firmly to prevent the constant leakage of brain cells. Because we see what happens when that sink runs dry. Oh my god!
I plugged the hole with food.
This is one of the weirdest ways I've ever sort of asked people to join. This is up there.
Everyone, YouTube, plug out holes. That's what we do.
This metaphor is going to take you on a journey. Stay with me.
The worst part is there was 25 gifted subs given throughout the course of this episode.
Wasn't enough.
And that didn't fucking help.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cal. And thank you, Miss Snuggles,
Cal.
also for gifting a tier 1 sub.
Thank you
Those
very
brain
much.
cells went to Andrew, but
Yeah.
I was talking.
That's right. Yeah, Jedd had all of them. Yikes.
Then
All
I
right.
was like, oh yeah.
We're going to go
sorry.
and raid. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay well. We will see you all again soon. Remember, next week we're starting a little bit earlier for those watching us on Twitch.
Another
It's gonna
gifted
be-
sub.
Thank you very much. It's going to be a 6:30 start Australian Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 start Australian Daylight Savings Time. We will see you all then. Stay safe, stay well, and until next time, everybody, farewell. Goodbye. See ya.
Bye.